Welcome back to This Week in History, the one where we look at the first impeachment trial of a U.S. president. And we answer the question, why did a Republican Congress want to remove President Andrew Johnson from office? President Andrew Johnson, one of the few loyal Union politicians from the state of Tennessee. The state seceded from the Union, he stayed behind. His loyalty and Southern ties got him linked up with President Lincoln. He became the vice president, and then after Lincoln's assassination, took over the role of reconstructing the South. Now, he may have stayed loyal to the Union, but not for the reasons you'd think. His big quote was, "This is a country for white men." And once he was in office, Johnson began vetoing Civil War-era Republican Reconstruction Acts. These were acts that were meant to become laws to protect the freedmen in the South. Without those laws as protection, Southern states were able to enact some of the most racist laws in the history of the United States, known as the Black Codes. And the Black Codes led to the Jim Crow laws, which haunted our country and still do today. But it wasn't until he violated the Tenure of Office Act that Congress decided Andrew Johnson had to go. Johnson was impeached on numerous charges by the Republican Congress, but mostly for obstructing Congress time and again. Now, where have we heard that charge before? And it had some familiar sounds too today. For example, the president's defense team attempted numerous times to call witnesses, and each time the Senate refused. During the trial, Johnson was pretty quiet. No Twitter back then, kept to himself. And when he did speak, it was only to say that he changed his mind and was now in favor of the Republican Reconstruction Acts. He also appointed pro-Republican federal officials, and apparently that was just enough to change some Republicans' minds. And when the trial came to the point where they had to vote for removal of office, Johnson squeaked by one vote. Once back in office, Johnson showed new stripes and a willingness to work with Congress. Right? Psych! He went back to his old ways. He continued vetoing all Republican Reconstruction legislation and obstructing Congress as often as he could, up until he was finally voted out of office in 1868. Imagine that! A politician saying whatever he had to do just to stay in office! Thanks for watching This Week in History. We hope you come back for next week in history. Makes me laugh every time.